So we are now going to begin with Prezi writing. Okay. Now let us understand the rules for Prezi writing. Okay. As I again told you all, none of you are going to write until I ask you all to do so. So what is the first thing that you do in a Prezi? You read your passage carefully. Now suppose if the question is given to you, you're going to read the passage carefully. Okay, read the passage once or twice in order to understand exactly what has been written in the passage. Until and unless you do not understand the content, you will never be able to summarize it. Okay, so what is the first thing that you all need to do? You need to read the passage. You need to read it twice or thrice in order to summarize it. Once you are done reading the passage twice, thrice, now you have clearly understood the theme of the passage. Until and unless you've not read it properly, you'll never be able to understand the theme. So yes, you have to read it carefully to understand the theme of the passage. Once you're done reading it, start underlining all the important pointers. Whatever pointers you feel is correct, start underlining them. Okay, even if you feel like, okay, you need to underline the half the paragraph, just underline it. It's okay. This is just the second step. Now with this underlining part, whatever you have underlined is the now the outline of your Prezi. No, this is not going to be there in your final grid. We further have steps to it. So first step, read the passage carefully twice thrice. Do not attempt the Prezi without reading it at least twice or three times. If you are not allowed to underline in the question paper, there's a very simple trick I'll tell you all. Okay, use dots. Now for example, now if I, let's say that if I want to 1 minute, yeah, let's say if I want to underline the part like with the help of the underlined ideas, this is my keyword. So what am I simply going to do is I'm going to make a dot here. Okay, and I'm going to make a dot here. That's it, khatam. I'm sure most of you are not even able to see the dot. If you have not followed the cursor, you are not able to even see the dot. Why am I telling you all dots is because they're so minute that none of your supervisor also will be able to see those dots. Make it so light that only you can see it and no one else. Okay. Now, this is not any kind of a cheating or anything that is wrong that you're doing. You're just underlining the pointers that you feel is correct. Okay. You can put a dot. You can mark the ideas with a dot. Dot to dot, you can mark. If you feel you're further quite, tensed about if the supervisor finds out, no problem. Pick up a pencil and start writing all the rough points in your paper. Like what you can do is you can just dedicate one paper wherever you're making your rough grid now, wahan pe in that particular side only you can just start writing all the pointers. But again, that is going to take around, let's say, 5 or 6 minutes extra, which I will not advise. I think just making dots is sufficient. Just making dots is sufficient. You do not need to actually end up writing so much. If you all can manage to make minute, very minute dots that only you can understand, that is sufficient. Your keywords are now ready. Okay. If you all feel that you're getting scared with the dot thing, then you can start writing them. That's also again okay. No problem at all. You can start writing them also. Now, once your underlined parts are ready, this is the outline of your Prezi. Now you have to further omit from this outline. Now, what are you going to omit? Already आपने इतना तो omit कर दिया है. What further are you going to omit? Omit all the unnecessary information, the long phrases, adjectives, adverbs, निकाल दो. Yes, you heard me correct. You have to take away all the adjectives and adverbs. Keep the noun and the verbs, but take away the adjectives and the adverbs. Once all the adjectives and adverbs are taken away, you have now got a very limited content with you. उसमें से you have to make your Prezi. Remove all the unnecessary information, remove all the adjectives and adverbs. Is this clear until here? These 4 pointers, are they clear to you? Yes or no? Answer in the chat box. Yes, Prezi is also known as grid. Yeah. It is also called as a summary. It is also called as a grid. Yes, it is known as a summary also, and it is known as a grid. Okay. Now, come on. What I want you all to do is, before I go ahead with the points further, just make a note of this in your notebook, all of you all. And once you are done writing, just put a done in the chat box. Okay. Now, moving further to the next pointer. What is not that thing that you cannot omit from your content is the main character of your summary, or the main thing that is essential to be written in your summary. Main idea, main person, main character, main object, these are something that you cannot omit. Okay. And what will be the size of your Prezi? 5 columns and 10 rows. Okay, 5 columns and 10 rows. So in total, your Prezi should be of 50 words. 5 columns and 10 rows. Okay. Now, another thing, when I correct a paper that has a Prezi in it, what I always see is that the student has ended up writing, if the summary is in direct speech, the student has ended up writing in a direct speech only. But that's not what you're supposed to do. You have to convert the direct speech into indirect speech and then write the Prezi. Convert the direct speech into indirect speech and then you can write your Prezi. Okay, when it comes to punctuations, other than a full stop, there should be no other punctuation in your Prezi, because the moment you are adding any other punctuation, let's say a comma or a double inverted comma or a question mark, exclamatory mark, all these punctuations would require another extra box, which we cannot afford because already we have a limitation of 50 words. In those 50 words, we cannot afford to add any other comma or a double inverted comma, which will then act as an extra character. Don't do that. The only punctuation that needs to be added is a full stop. That too, just after the word, just put a dot and proceed further. What will be the tense that you'll have to follow writing a Prezi? It has to be the past tense. Okay. I was just coming on to that in the next pointer. See, whenever you're supposed to write a Prezi, a lot of times I end up seeing students, writing word to word by omitting 2 words and they go ahead with it. That's not what you're supposed to write. Okay. A Prezi, it is a summary which has to be first written in your own words and then you put it in a grid. Never ever copy paste a Prezi also. Never do that. Never copy paste them. What you can simply do is you can write the entire summary, that is from the comprehension, in your own words first. Once you're done writing in your own words, now you can put it in the grid. Okay, and always the tense of your Prezi should be in the past tense. Whenever we write a content, if it's not a dialogue, we always write the content in past tense. Okay, so the content, be it any writing skill, be it a story, be it an essay, any content that you're talking about, it should always be in the past tense. Never ever write a content in, let's say, present tense or future tense. Yeah, of course, if you're writing a dialogue in a story or an essay, then yes, it will be in the past tense, but present tense, sorry, but otherwise your entire content is in past tense. Okay, and as I've already discussed with you all, that sometimes your paper correctors, in order to confuse you, they will end up, giving you a question which has a lot of dialogues in it, and they'll ask you, come on, now convert this into a Prezi. Never ever fall in the trap of writing it as it is by putting the double inverted comma or anything. Don't do that. Okay, you are simply going to convert the dialogue into a narrative form, or convert the direct speech into indirect speech, and then you can write the précis. Are these next 5 pointers clear to all of you all? Yes? Okay, come on. Let's not wait further and start writing, all of you all. And I hope you all are not writing when I'm explaining it to you all. Come on, start writing. Now, moving to the next rule, always remember that whenever you're attempting the question of précis, you cannot ignore that one thing, that is a rough draft. Now, let me tell you all, when you create a rough draft, you don't get any extra marks for it. But if you do not create the rough draft, you end up losing marks for it. Okay, so what is basically a rough draft? After you've omitted majority of the ideas, so first, in order to just check whether is your précis fitting in 50 words or no, create a rough draft. Okay, just do one thing, create a rough draft. Now let your rough draft be like around 55, 60, 65 words. That's okay. Your rough draft can exceed word limit. That's okay, and that for that no one is going to deduct your marks. Once your rough draft is ready and you've realized ki, oh god, ye to 65 words pe ja raha hai, this is going beyond 50. Now what you can next do is, you can either join two sentences to make it one sentence, or you can further omit certain ideas that you think ki inke bina kaam chal sakta hai, and then you can actually start, preparing your final draft. So that is why the rough draft is very, very important, not from examination point of view, but also with the fact that once you're done writing the rough draft, only then you will be able to create your final draft efficiently. Okay, and if you feel ki, okay, rough draft is like okay 50 words, and the final draft is also coming to 50 words, that's also okay. If you feel that the pointers are matching in rough draft and final draft, even that's okay. Okay, even that is okay. The entire idea is the paper corrector should see that the child has first taken efforts to create a rough draft, and then he's created the final draft. If we join two sentences into one, then it will be longer because we will have to use conjunctions in that. Not necessary. Not always are two sentences, when you join them, turn out to be longer. In fact, sometimes you can cut short two sentences by eliminating certain pronouns or nouns if they are repeated. See, I'll tell you, at that point of time, have a look at the sentence, have a look at the words. If you feel by joining them, okay, your sentence is turning out to be a little more longer, then might as well focus on the part where you can eliminate further ideas. Or if you feel that by joining them, your work is getting done, so even that's okay. Okay, so you will have to at that point of time keep few options open in front of you. Exactly what are we supposed to do? Now for précis writing, take a good 20 minutes. That's okay. Take a good 20 minutes. Okay, first 5-7 minutes, okay, focus on understanding the summary of the passage, understand what is exactly to be written, understand, like you in your mind you've already created that summary, then put it in the rough draft and then prepare your final draft. Okay, now let's proceed further. In your final draft, okay, once you've written your rough draft, you've ironed out extra pointers, extra words which were found in rough draft, found certain ideas that you could have eliminated, and so you've done it. Now is your final draft ready to be created? Always remember, rough draft, even the columns, even the words will be written in a pencil only. And your final draft, drawn with a pen, written with a pen. Remember this rule always. Rough draft, drawn with a pencil, written with a pencil. Final draft, drawn with a pen, written with a pen. So there will be two grids, rough draft in pencil, fair draft in ink or pen, neatly drawn, numbered 50 words mentioned in the bracket. Numbered 50 words mentioned in the bracket. I'll come on to that when I'll be showing you all the sample pressing. Do we have to write rough draft in fair answer sheet? Yes. If you do not write your rough draft in fair answer sheet, you will lose a good 2.5 marks just for not creating the rough draft. And if you draw the rough draft, you will not get extra marks. Okay, so always remember this fact that you all will have to create that rough draft, okay, in the fair answer sheet paper, which is going to be mandatory. Okay, first the rough draft, then the fair draft. Another thing, always cancel the rough draft. I'll show you how do you all do that. Are the remaining pointers clear to all of you all? Anyone who's got any doubts until here? Like all the pointers that we have discussed, do you feel that there are certain things you have an opinion on and that you would want to share? Please come up with your opinions. Okay, come on, start writing. Once you're done writing, put it in the chat box. Yes, I will definitely show you all an example of a rough and a final draft. I'm going to actually make you all solve a Prezi, so don't worry about it. What if you draw both the grid with pencil? Don't challenge the paper correctors. You know what happens is at times जैसा उनको instruction मिलता है, they will do it that way. So if suppose they've been given the instruction of making the of seeing whether the child has written the fair draft in pen and drawn it with a pen. So if he sees कि pencil से draw किया गया है, then he might end up deducting your marks. So don't do that. Okay, if it is in fair ink only, so just draw with a pen and write with a pen also. Don't I know it looks very neat when you have drawn it with a pencil, but yeah, in order to avoid deducting marks, draw it with a pen only. Draw with a pen, write with a pen, and for rough grade, draw with a pencil, write with a pencil. All of you are done writing. Anyone who's still writing? Done. Okay. So now do you all want to have a look at how exactly we solve a Prezi? Because you're right now in front of you, I'll be solving a Prezi. So do you all want to have a look at it? Exactly how do we end up solving a Prezi and how do we end up writing a perfect Prezi? Yes? Okay, perfect. Come on, let's proceed further. Now, before that, let's do one thing. Let's quickly rejoin the meeting. As we have very little time left, let's rejoin the meeting and then we'll start solving the Prezi. Come on. All of you all rejoin the meeting.